Today's job, Peugeot Corsa for wet belt. Jokes aside, the reason why I'm saying this is because Vauxhall now is owned by the same group as the Peugeots and the Citroens and some other brands in there. Group is called Stellantis. They've come out with this engine, the 1.2, and now because they're owned by the same group, you've guessed it, the Vauxhall Corsas nowadays they come with this Peugeot engine, the 1.2, with the wet belt, and pretty much the whole car nowadays is kind of like, it's just all the same as if you buy, for example, a Peugeot 208 or any of those cars. It's just exactly the same setup. They've just kept the shape of a Vauxhall, kind of resembles like a Vauxhall because even that outside is changed quite a lot. But the main important thing for what we hear today is that the engine is a 1.2, so it's a PSA, the Peugeot wet belt 1.2. And at 60,000 miles, I've already worked on this car yesterday because I started the video and then I got interrupted in the middle. I had other cars to do, so I had to push this out and now I'm bringing it back in. But I did already remove the belt. I got the sump out. I can show you some footage of how the pickup was. And yeah, this car is 60,000 miles on the clock. The pickup was completely blocked up, so it was full of debris from that belt. And the belt itself, we will see just in a moment the condition of the belt there. I have it on the table. And then I'll show you exactly what goes into putting this back. Now, I'm going to show you the kit. We're using the INA kit and we'll be changing the oil filter. Well, the sump is already out, so the oil is already out anyway. But new oil filter, new oil, the 0W30 that is specific for this car for belts. If you use any other type of oil that is not specific for the wet belts for this vehicle, you will dramatically reduce the lifetime of your belt. That's just pure, is been proven. We've seen it over and over again where cars have been serviced elsewhere that they don't know that you're meant to use the correct oil and the belts just degrade way faster than they should. With that said, let's just jump in and have a look. Okay, here you have, so this is the pulley at the bottom. So as if you can see here, there is no position for the timing, so that the pulley is able to move 360 with no issues. So that's why it's very important that you have the correct timing tool set in place so that this doesn't come off, because if this comes off, there's no way for you to know exactly where it's meant to go. Now here you have the tensioner, the idler, and here the belt you can see is cut, but I just cut it to be able to remove it faster without having to remove the gears. But again, you can kind of see like there's already pieces of it coming out here on the side. Let me see if I can. Pretty sure you can see all those cracks if I do it like that. And here now we have the idler, the new tensioner INA, and the timing belt INA. So with that said, I also have here an optimal oil filter. Here's the car. It's a bit dark in here for you to see something, but I'll light it up, get another camera set up, and then we just try to get some nice footage for you. I don't go too much into detail because again, the purpose of these videos is not like I'm here teaching you how to do things. I'm not the YouTube channel like Chris Fix type of thing where I'm here trying to show you how to do this. I'm not an advocate that you should do this on your own. If you have an engine to waste and you don't really care about the car, just give it a go anyway. There's plenty of videos out there showing exactly how to do this type of jobs. What I'm trying to pass through here and I'm trying to show is what we do, the things like the way we do it, what parts we're using, you know what I mean? More of like a portfolio of work rather than a DIY video. You're going to get the belt through this way and off it goes. You're better off taking the gears out. So I'll get quickly the gears out and put the timing in, and then once the belt is in, I'll get back to you.
I know what you're thinking, 'cause nothing comes easy when it comes to you. You said you wanted to know me, but did you even try? 'Cause all you do is find new ways to hurt.
Look, so yeah, we had this open, all siliconed yesterday, so everything is nice and dry. We left it overnight. And just there, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but that's the belt. So you want to be jumping the timing chain because here inside there's a timing chain gear, a sprocket.
Another day. All we got is this old Baby, we were born to run.
There's not something special there. Okay. So I'm gonna cut those zip ties, kind of important. But yeah, you can see the new belt there, nice and shiny. Anyway, on Peugeots, you can always see the belt through the oil filler cap. So you can always check the condition of your belt as it goes. Yeah, it's not much more to it. I'm gonna take this out, put the rocker cover back, I'm gonna put the pipes back, and I'm gonna put pipes, connectors, wires, stuff like that. I'm just gonna put all of this back together, slap everything back together, tight everything, bam, bam, bam. And then we come back together again here to have a look at starting it up, having a look at it. And yeah, just basically hear the engine running and saying, well done, David, you've done a very good job. It's basically all I'm waiting for, you know, down the comments below. All I want is, David, you done a good job. I just want a biscuit, you know, some sort of like, you know, congratulations, well done for doing your 100,000th belt. Yeah, so just don't forget to, or forget about the comments, just put a like. I feel like probably, is that asking too much? I don't know, because my point of view, you just, you know, sat there, or you're just looking at your phone, or you're just looking at your computer, TV, whatever it is. And it's just like so simple that you just go bang, bang, press like. And me on this side looking, oh, wow, someone liked what I'd done. So good, amazing. Right, without further ado, let's get this back together and I'll come back to you, okay? Oil is topped up, oil level checked, everything put back together. So all the coils, rocker cover, pipe, blah, 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 all of that stuff I said that I would put back. Now, what is the last step? Is to start it and confirm that it's done. So, oh, look at that. A Peugeot Corsa, Vauxhall 208. Done. My two zip ties, belt holders, and yeah, what do I have to say? Should I give my opinion on this? Well, the fact that Vauxhall, now you see here the Opel, which is the same as Vauxhall, and PSA. So, like I said, they're all part of the same group now. So what you're going to start to see is what you already see. This really is the same as the fuse boxes on the Peugeots. That is the same batteries used on the Peugeot. So this is literally just a Peugeot. They were able to buy the brand and then just use their recipe of how they've been doing things. And now they just have an extra brand. So they kind of like got rid of a competitor, so to speak. Is it any better? I don't really know, because Vauxhall and Peugeot are kind of to the same level. Some people are going to be Vauxhall lovers, they're going to like more Vauxhalls and say, well, they're a lot better. Like, yeah, they're then good stuff. They have some stuff that is better than others. But at the same time, Peugeot also had some great cars. You know, they had good quality cars. Nowadays, they're all a bit like just reusable. Not really reusable. What I meant to say is one-time use. So I'm sorry, all right? Right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Vauxhall Corsa, the one I was joking as a Peugeot Corsa, because it is owned by Peugeot now, so it's Citroën and there's other brands on there that I don't remember. But yeah, the car is running, as you can probably hear in the background. I should have probably turned it off to do this outro, but can't really be asked, so you're just gonna hear the car running in the background because it is a beautiful running engine, timed perfectly, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So again, if you need any of these jobs done, we're here for you. We'll be able to help you and guide you through. For any wet belts, we do always have packages as a We sell it as a package because there's certain things you need for certain cars and certain things you need for other cars. Ford 1 liter EcoBoosts, the PSA, the 1.2s like this one, they all need different things. The Ford Transits, the 2 liter EcoBlue, they will need timing covers, sumps. So there's always different things that they need. So with us, whenever you ask us for timing belt and we do detect that the vehicle you're asking for is a wet belt, we'll tell you straight away this is a wet belt package that will come with all the things that you need to make sure that the wet belt is done nicely, properly, and that will last as long as it can. At the end of the day, it's still a wet belt, so it will still, not last as long as the dry belts. But again, if you're using the correct oils and if you're doing everything you can to make sure that belt lasts, they will last. This car, 60,000 miles, and the oil pickup was already blocked and the belt was in a bad condition. Now, you're probably going to have to change it every 60,000 miles, somewhere around there. I know that Ford has mentioned 150,000 or 10 years. That's just not safe to do that. We've seen them come in with 40,000, we've seen them come in with 120,000, and it all varies and all depends on the condition and how the services were done. We tend to see that services done at the main dealer, the belts tend to be on much better condition at higher mileage, which kind of indicates to us that the problem might be with the oils used or, just the quality of the oil, whatever it is. We have in stock all the oils necessary to do any belt. So this is a 0W30 PSA spec. So we do have that PSA spec in stock because we just do them on bulk. So we just have it in stock. We also have for the Ford, even the Transits or the Ford EcoBoost. EcoBoost, for example, being a 520 EcoBoost spec. So we also have that in stock. So whenever you guys need anything with belts or anything like that, please just drop us an email. Is the quickest way. You can also drop us a message down below and just say belt and we'll get in contact with you. We'll send you a private message and we'll be able to give you a quote. So for now, this is pretty much I have to tell you that, I'm done, tired, so just ready to go home. So I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.